picks that can kind of flex around their playstyle. So whatever's not banned and not first pick, you just smack those two that you're good at and you perform. That's kind of how Bozo Bunch has historically always worked out. So red side's definitely not a surprise to me there.
Loading into striker select now, where no real surprises here across the board for much of anything. You know, the other thing, I know Cardbox has been playing the Octavia a little bit for some time, and maybe they view it as a slight denial in general in their prep against Bozo Bunch. I don't know if I's been playing this striker at all as of late or not, but not a striker that generally you would like to see I on, especially on something that can move as quick as Inky's Splash Zone.
I think with just how open the map is on Inky's, you need a blink. You need a character that can just be a little bit more explosive. And as we're seeing right now, explosive start from Cosmic just takes it up that top side, and 3Z Breezy dashes in and just manages to get to the core before Obscure Breads can. Quick start, but not even letting us really breathe at all. Cosmic Calamities want to keep us going.
The water cannons didn't even have to come online for that one to be explosive. Breezy coming through again. Just put it away, young man. Taking care of business here. Cosmic Calamities up 2-0 within like 20 seconds.
Was I the problem? K-Bot, be honest. Was I the problem last season? Because this 3Z guy is just a completely new player. I feel like last season we had, had a lot of the struggles in that team, like kind of meshing in that environment, but I feel like in this environment, undefeated so far, and he's already, as we see right here, perfect strike placement and just finding so many of these picks with the Juliet. Just really, really insane play from 3Z. Definitely keeping an eye on him the rest of the series.
I will say the one thing maybe on the map overall is, given by the fact that Cardbox is playing the Octavia and, of course, 3Z on the X, another one goes back.
3Z on the Julie.
3Z on the Julie, sorry. Those strikers, especially early, are going to have the larger bat presence in general, and you mentioned this being a very open one, right? So with very little speed on the other side and not many awakenings and things that are scaling, I don't think it's much of a surprise compositionally, although that said, of course, performed incredibly well and rewarded with the big fish here. So now, by the way, Demolitionist plus big fish for 3Z, where already he was putting in he was a big presence, and now he's going to be an even larger presence in the enemy goal box, especially when you've got a water cannon coming. You better hope you've got a couple things in your back pocket here if you're Breads.
Yeah, Breads definitely getting the stacks on stacks, not meaning too much as these points have been going incredibly fast, but hopefully getting that extra special can kind of slow down the kickoffs, but it's not really doing much, as Juliet, in theory, should be a lot stronger when there's only one barrier, as one dash punch opens up the entire goal instead of having to do it twice. So looking good so far. Can they get the goal here? 3Z with the core, trying to get the dribble, and gets it on that top side, but Bread's able to get to it in time and finds the stop.
Good stop there. Now Drop Leto takes away the goal barrier, looking for the shot. Natty's got the clear to send it away. Here comes the water cannon, forced to dodge away is Cardbox, and now see the glitch pop come through. Bread's got the bat, trying to swing it around. Here's the energy burst as well, but it goes right back over to Cardbox and 3Z Breezy. Both, might I add, are rather low. Cardbox has to drop back for the orb. I is looking towards 3Z, but they'll just take away some of the meter there for the time being. There's the expanse burned, but I's got the energy burst. Don't just wait and strike it in the nick of time.
Yeah, actually pretty intelligent there from Natty, in my opinion, to just not burn the flip, try to get the strike shot, time the strike. If you can't get it, not a big deal, since losing that flip there would make the energy economy very, very bad for the roster there. But it doesn't matter, as the flip goes down anyway and gets KO'd by Dropletto on the side. Now Cardbox with the flip is going to have to defend for now. 3Z coming back to help as well. Going to be able to stall until Natty comes back, as 3Z now actually reverses it and gets the barrier on the other side of the map.
Well done by 3Z. Energy burst online as well for Cardbox, and 3Z for that matter. Gets it with the energy burst. Doesn't do much with it. Now through, and that's going to be an easy goal. Put away with the Flying Phoenix on the Juliet. And another goal goes in for Cosmic Calamities.
it just feels like the ball control with the Atlas and the Octavia is just so much simpler for Cosmic Calamities, and 3Z is just in the front, kind of just waiting for it to come to him. He doesn't really need to be doing too much, as I feel like Juliet as a character is actually really good into Mako. There definitely is counterplay for the Mako, but with the double hit stun, with the dash and the punch, obviously, it makes Mako's job really difficult. And unless you're, you know, consistently able to just deny Juliet's options as the midfielder or before the core can get to him, there's not really much you can do, as right now it looks like the ball movement from Bozo Bunch just turned up to the next level there, and they managed to find the open shot on the top side.
What a beautiful glitch pop from I that finds the perfect angle to get it to the waiting arms of Dropletto, and then he's able to put it away. Well done there. Kind of play that you're going to need to see. You know, we're talking about just how efficient that Cosmic Calamities can be. You'll need to be just as efficient on the Bozo Bunch side, even if you don't have the same tools necessarily to do just that. Be a matter of trying to do something of that sort. Of course, Dropletto, as you mentioned, signature striker might as well be the X. No stranger here at all. Going to be looking for a KO, but a good ultimate will save Cardbox here out of Natty, and so all the pressure that they were looking to build up on the offensive side is since dissipated. Breezy finds the barrier. Energy burst from I. Look to send away. Natty will maintain his for the time being, but Breezy's looking again and will find it. We're on set point for both teams.
And that's the double size coming into play right there, K-Well. That punch would definitely not have reached the hit stun on Breads there if you did not have those size trainings. So very, very good work there from 3Z, making full use of his awakenings so far, and then getting yet again another dash punch. It feels like the Makos just can't do too much in this 1v1s, and we need, or rather Bozo Bunch needs I to actually come back and help with a lot of these one-on-one with Brawler and Goalie, rather.
Crazy, incredibly low here, now low on energy as well. Could be the target of a KO, but a nice ult once more from Natty is going to once more dissipate the kind of damage that Bozo Bunch was doing, and now beautiful pass play punishes the clear from Obscure Breads. 3Z puts it away, and suddenly Cosmic Calamities are up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of pressure that is just on Breads from all of this ball control that Cosmic Calamities is forcing down Bozo Bunch's throat basically this game makes it so hard for them. It really is just impossible to play. It does not look fun at all. A little bit of a good thing for Bozo Bunch here is that Octavia is last pick, so you do have time to deny that Chrono Boost and deny pretty much whatever else you really want. Amy going to be getting that second spark of the game here. Knives Edge going to 3Z. Breezy getting a little bit of that speed to go along with the size. Hotshot on Atlas going to be looking incredibly strong here overall. And then the double dash awakening is going to be getting denied for Hardbox. Has to pick up that 1-2 punch, which honestly is a pretty good awakening in my opinion for the Octavia. If you can get that beat drop, get 2 hits on it real quick, knocks him back pretty far. But it's not going to matter there, as Dropletto in the right place at the right time. The water spout going to be bringing him right to him. Gets a shot on the top side.
Surf's up! We love Inkies! Woo! Comes through there. Plays the favor of Bozo Bunch, at the very least. For now, and worth noting, of course, with Dropletto picking up the explosive entrance, and maybe Breads on the Chrono Boost, you get a little bit of it, but once again, having more of the map presence to combat the other side, and the efficiency that they're able to have. I mean, look at 3Z's ability right now to control the board, dribble plays, strike wars, you name it. 3Z's got it covered. Takes care of business once more and puts the core away.
That's that MOBA movement right there. I mean, we talk about MOBA moments all the time, but the good part of MOBA is the movement, and that was a big showcase of it right there, just effortlessly kind of slicing through the defense there with that, obviously, that strike war win as well, with the help of Knives Edge too. That definitely does not hurt. The 1-2 punch Octavia going to be almost taking out Dropletto, who just narrowly escapes in time, and I have a feeling Cosmic Calamities are not even going to need to get the KO here, but as I say that, Obscure Breads finds the clear. Water cannon coming through, not much going to happen, but they do get the KO on Dropletto, and now it's a power play for Cosmic Calamities.
Barrier falls, though, and the water cannon is up, so Breads will pop it, just even buy a little bit of time here for them, hoping that Dropletto comes back online. Here's the energy burst, and Dropletto is back on, but Cardbox has got the dribble in the flow state. 3Z knocked away. It looks like defense holds very well for the Bozo Bunch for the time being. Dropletto doesn't have an ability to send Freezy away. Now pops the X Maximus just to try to keep him low, but Freezy's going to heal right back up in the Expanse. Get used out of Natty. Now potential opportunity for goal scoring here. Glitch Pop comes through, already burned. Dropletto now doesn't have many abilities either. Doesn't have the explosive entrance. Bull Rush looks for the fadeaway shot, but Manny's got the explosive entrance, and now the perfect pitch comes through. Keeps this one forward here. And snare drums, and the punch is going to be what does it. Well done, Freezy. Quick thinking, even when you're trapped.
Yep, trapped in that corner, but notices the last hit of the top side of that box there was just going down on that strike hit, so punches it through, nothing in his way. Breads did not see that one coming. Great job from Threezy to get this round going. And then, oh my goodness, Bozo Bunch getting both members of Cosmic Calamities incredibly low here. Threezy not quite able to go down here and gets healed up by the Atlas ultimate, but might go down, but it doesn't matter because he's just sitting in the play, and the punch through 3 of them goes in. Cosmic Calamities take game 1. Wow.
I don't know what this team is having every morning before they sit down for their NASL match, but they need to be stopped. Like, we need to check their PCs. Something needs to happen here, because that was some level of efficiency. Even, like, Inkies, yeah, okay, sure, fast matter, right? But, like, you don't expect it to look quite like that, I feel like. The way that they're able to move the core, the way that once they get it to Threezy, he's able to maintain possession of it. Natty had some incredibly well-timed ultimates as well to dissipate pressure offensively of what the Bozo Bunch was trying to do. And they really just couldn't get the damage composition rolling at any point to find KOs and be effective at all, because they were constantly having to worry about trying to defend the core away.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much perfect comp with the formation they're going for there. You kind of just have Threezy in the front. It's the big triangle, right? You got Threezy in the point, getting those 9 goals, basically getting all the offensive pressure you need done with that really good matchup in the Julie versus Mako, in my opinion. And then you have Cardbox, has the speed, has the flow state, right? Getting ready to basically kind of jump in whenever Threezy needs help, whenever the ball needs to be dug out of somewhere. And then Natty just Iron Wall Atlas with the heal too, which is very, very important. You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
That heal dissipating a lot of the pressure from the Amy, from the X, just whittling them down. It's almost impossible to find a pick just through sheer damage, right? So not really sure how Bozo Bunch is going to adapt here, but hey, it is Cosmic Calamities map pit. That was what they wanted. They do want the Inkies, and most teams are not very comfortable on the Inkies as well. So I would say you shouldn't be too worried if you're a Bozo Bunch fan. It's going to Night Market next, rather. That is a Bozo Bunch classic, but definitely not a map, I think, that is weak whatsoever for Cosmic Calamities. You do have Threezy Breezy who can contest that X pick. Cardbox, who's always been good at Era, always been good at Amy, been good at these characters that can kind of help push the core forward on these narrow lanes. And then Natty, no stranger to the Mako, no stranger to the Atlas, as we just saw. And with draft getting started, it'll be Night Market with a perfect form and cast to last start. So the Era is actually looking pretty good here.
Era Octavia still online as well, potentially.
Octavia
Couldn't see
good
that
here.
coming back. Both, obviously, I and Cardbox, who played it last game, have gone for that. Now, respect even still giving to Threezy. And Cosmic Calamity is actually saying, you know what? We're good without the Octavia for right now.
Yeah, does not want the Octavia to go through. I definitely a really strong Octavia as well, and with them having first pick, they don't want that to be taken off the board from them, since the Castellas is just so incredibly strong in this game. Juliet, respect ban coming in through from Bozo, definitely a good idea there, but Threes is going to be more than happy to just take up the X Mako, and I believe an Era will be coming in on this last pick for them if it's not denied here for Bozo Bunch. I'm actually really curious where Bozo Bunch is going to take this. It will be the Asher actually forward with Breads on the Finny. Okay, so it's going to be more of a damage style with perfect form type of comp with the Asher to shove it through, but it's a Rune actually coming in for Cardbox. So I actually really like this, as we saw not this week, but last week on, rather it was the boys game. Vaughn's Rune performance was absolutely incredible. And Rune, definitely a really, really strong character on this map. So I'm excited to see how Cardbox pilots the pick here, unless there's some craziness with the Mako 4, but I doubt it.
Hey, especially with the cast last as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You get that up. You have Breezy on the X. I'm pretty sure if the two of them pop their ults at the same time and the banish catches one, you're just dead. Like if you get caught close to the edge, you're just out. See ya. Bye. Nothing you can do. So gonna be something that they have to be careful of. And again, right, like the Bozo Bunch composition, the damage thing didn't work last time. Now here you've got the Finny, which hopefully you can take more of, and Castellast there as well for perhaps more of the damage debuff as well. Maybe you've got the opportunity to be more successful there, but it feels like it's gonna be tough even still.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I would favor Cosmic Calamities in the comp side of things. I think their comp is just generally a lot more reliable on a map like Night Market. But you do have Amy Asher, which tends to press ultimate, and then Asher walks forward and the core goes in. So it's definitely not weak for sure. Both comps definitely have a fighting chance, and we'll see if Bozo can fight back in to get to a game 3 here. But first, they got to get past Cosmic Calamities on Night Market. Here we go.
All right, never mind. So Breads does take the perfect form, and it will be Cardbox, the only one with the Castellast for that banish specifically. We'll see where the rest of this one ends up going. And by the way, worth mentioning as well that once more Cosmic Calamities chose the red side. They chose to ban the Octavia, not being afraid to do that here at all. And there's the ultimates that get pushed at the same time for. Gets both barriers here, and now even still might stick around for the goal. Eye's going to pick up the energy burst. Drop Leto finds the KO, and it's only 3Z alive. Where does teammates go?
Yeah, and there's the damage coming in. Amy and Finny doing a absolute ton of damage, and Drop Leto just coming in to help finish off one of the KOs there. That's the comp, right? If you can't, if you group up just for a second, Finny touches you both with the secondary, you start to just die. And you gotta be careful. That always is a threat looming in the back. Rune is definitely a strong character on this map, but it's not an easy one to pilot, so Cardbox gonna have to be careful here while setting it up and doing a great job actually getting both barriers with the same pillar placement already off to a better start, I would say, in point 2 here.
Even still, though, in the area, Drop Leto and I both there. The banish comes through to dissipate some of that for I, and now Thor gets accelerated out of there. Big finish explosion going to come through here as well, but Reds does have an energy burst online. I gets in the middle of the passing play, but Natty from downtown finds the connection to take down Drop Leto. Power play opportunity here for the Cosmic Calamities. Natty starts to get away here. Energy burst won't quite find its mark, and now 3Z gets KO'd. 2 Drop Leto finds the revenge, and the power play turns on its head. Cardbox tries to pull some fancy footwork with Rune. There's the banish. Onto 1, looks for the KO, but I doesn't quite get down to low enough stagger. And we're in overtime for the second point of the game. I now, through the gate, is going to get KO'd just for making that play overall. And the course moving so fast when it gets hit by the right thing. There's the primary from Drop Leto, tries to take it himself. Fade away play, just a little bit wide. And now it's 3Z's turn, looks for the dash, but no, denied by the glitch pop from I. Drop Leto will pull out the Pat Splitter. Cardbox sent away. Energy Burst online for Drop Leto. Might be looking for a pass up from I here in just a second. Now it's trapped in these snare drums. Banish comes through. Cardbox walks past the poor, trying to look for the KO, but it doesn't matter. Drop Leto's there with the Energy Burst to put the goal away. Finally, somebody scores it.
Unfortunate timing there from 3Z. He actually timed it perfectly if there wasn't Castellast on the rune there for the banish. So I know the timing. I've had to deal with it a lot. And the Castellast one is annoyingly longer because it's a weird offbeat. So definitely unlucky there from 3Z, not quite able to get the KO. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway as Drop Leto finds the flip into the score. 2-0 for Bozo, looking a lot stronger already. The X definitely a lot weaker early on than the Julie was last game. But I believe that is just due to circumstance of characters rather than player-based here. Both goal barriers going down here for Natty. Banish coming through the Cardbox. And Bozo Bunch are holding so strong right now.
Breads denies his former teammate of the double and doesn't even need the energy burst to do it. How about that clear? Was able to come through. Precision out of the Bozo Bunch goalie. Now Dropletto finds the KO against 3Z. Cardbox looks for it as well, but only finds one barrier. Now finds the second with the opposite corner. I, though, has the opportunity with the glitch pop here. Here comes the primary out of Dropletto, but the arc beam doesn't connect. 3Z's back online and pulls up the bell ringer. Here comes the bull rush as well. The bandage comes through. Energy burst in the nick of time to save it from Breads. Dropletto now with an opportunity here, and they'll put it away. Dropletto executing incredibly well on this Asher in the enemy goal box.
Yeah, Dropletto making advantage, or rather taking advantage of all the little mistakes that Natty has been making in these 3 points, rather, of this first set, which hasn't been many, but Dropletto is always there for when any little clear comes back to bite him. So it's rewarded with the first pick here. Going to be going with the very incredibly weak training. It's not weak, it's incredibly strong. In fight or flight, getting that speed on all hits, basically, in the game. And that secondary refresh definitely going to be helping here. Nothing too crazy. I would say the stacks on the rune is definitely going to help overall. 3Z Breezy sparking up, so keep an eye on that throughout the game. But really just a lot of quality of life here for basically everybody.
Other thing to note, Natty missile propulsion could look for a perfect pitch from across the map, or potentially the ensnare drums here as well. Almost catches Dropletto on the first cast, but not able to find it. And right back into the action here. Breezy low once more. I doesn't quite find the cyber swipe to send Breezy away. Misdirection as well, and Breezy's just trying to stay as close as he can to the middle of the map, avoid getting so much in, and now stuck in the firewall sentry. Here comes the ensnare drums once more. We're back at neutral.
Cardbox.
Beautifully done from Cardbox. Finds both barriers, crosses up Reds, and now we'll be looking for the goal opportunity. 3Z, though, lets the core go slightly by. Dropletto, never mind. Gets KO'd. Had the energy burst as well. Triple take from Breads will save it there, and now Misdirection tries to get it past Natty. Here's the energy burst as well, but it's just trying to kill some time, but the big finish doesn't hold on to the core for long enough. 3Z will finally find it.
I believe there was a pillar somewhere in that there, too, to help propel the core forward just a little bit, because Cardbox did get an assist from that as well. Not quite sure, as they do get the point regardless, but one thing I'm noticing different here from Calamities is they're actually taking more advantage of some of these solo plays. They've been finding a couple KOs randomly, finding some good barrier plays, but they haven't been happening on the same point, right? And finally, we see Cardbox with an amazing solo play, the KO from 3Z, and then the put away, the finish. Natty now actually getting the KO there with the help from Cardbox, but Cardbox going down, and I, with the flip burn, still manages to get both barriers there. As Dropletto comes back up, they still have a little bit of a power play, but I don't think it's going to amount to much. As they have the goal open, they should be happy about that.
No, just take it themselves. Why don't they? Pat Splitter goes out. Don't need to worry about much of anything. And opportunity taken there for the Bozo Bunch. And once again, taking care of business. One thing, Borg, do all Rune players do this on this map where they cover the middle gate? Cardbox has been doing that every point. Is that like an actual kickoff thing?
That's like kickoff.
Is that a normal kickoff thing?
Okay. Yeah, it happens to me a lot. It's the most infuriating thing in the world where the core doesn't spawn on your side. You're like, oh, I'm the brawler. I'm going to contest the speed gate. And then there's a pillar in your face, and you literally can't. You can't contest the speed gate. So annoying stuff there, definitely from Rune. On the kickoff, Cardbox has been playing it pretty well, I'd say, overall. So far, Bozo Bunch just playing a little bit better, I'd say, together as a squad, but that is no surprise. With it being Night Market, this is literally Bozo headquarters at this point in time. Cardbox now gets the strike war, but it's not going to be enough as Breads has the flip. Dropletto now looking incredibly low, going to look to get some flip usage here before he goes down. Getting the flip, probably getting the barrier, but no, actually gets put down, but the barrier goes out anyway. And now I, with the kill, gonna have a power play here for the Bozo Bunch. Can Natty and Cardbox hold?
We'll see. Actually, it's Breads that's got to be the one to hold. The big finish comes up just shy again. Cardbox takes advantage of it. Now sets up the anomaly and passes right to it. Well done to put that one away. Pull a little bit of mind games on your opponent, and that'll be that.
That was absolutely insane. I mean, that was so well played. That was so well played from Cardbox. Literally everything perfect. Perfect pillar at the end there, calling out the clear. Manages to find the 1v3 basically at that point. Play to get the last barrier. Well done from the Rune on Cosmic Calamities. Now bringing it forward already, helping 3Z get both barriers. They're storming the keep now, as you will. 3Z now looking a little bit low, but Bread's looking lower. Who's going to die first? Is it one? Is it two? Is it none of them? The banish coming through, not going to amount to too much. 3Z going to try to kill Breads here. All of Bozo Bunch are running forward, and Breads actually managing to find a way to heal up and survive that.
Well done by Breads, taking the midfield orb in order to survive. Now 3Z's the one getting taken down. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Taken down there and bounces off the middle gate. Now Pat Splitter is out. Anomaly will protect the goal barrier for a moment, but it comes through yet again. There's the cyber swipe, and the Bozo Bunch are looking to capitalize once more. Trying to actually keep this set in their favor. Cardbox, nice Anomaly, but it's not going to find the core this time. Banish from Dropletto. Here comes the X Maximus, but the big finish is popped right away. Cardbox once again low, and the misdirection doesn't quite connect. 3Z sends it to the opposite corner to win the set.
Yeah, I think that was like a pixel or two off. Bread's just unable to get the misdirection, so he was just not really, I guess, didn't even realize it. Thought the misdirection was going to hit, but didn't strike when he needed to. Unfortunate misplay there from Breads. Allows Cosmic Calamities to come back into this game. And we got a little bit here, too. 3Z has that spark, second spark picked up. Can definitely still become the mayor this game. Dede onto I, looking a little bit scary here, but Stagger Swagger going to be helping Cardbox survive for a lot longer and get that speed up overall. Breads, team player, should keep the core forward long as possible. But it will still be hard when you have a 2-spark X in your face with cooldown and strength, with perfect form as well. We're going to be seeing a lot of X Maximuses this game, K-Bot.
Sure, that's exactly what 3Z wants, and now already pops one. Looks towards I here, who's low on Stagger. Goes back, now uses the cyber swipe to get out the ensnare drums, but meets 3Z in the blue goal box. Popped away for a second. Here's I, walks forward. The Anomaly comes out just a little bit too late. Now Dropletto takes down Cardbox regardless. I looks for it. Natty, well done on the goal line. Still holds. Here's the Firewall Sentry as well. 3Z is able to drop back and get it out of there. The pressure's not done yet, though. Dropletto's still in position, has an energy burst even still. But Natty, what a hold so far. Is it enough? The energy burst once again challenges the net and takes down 3Z. And even still, power play opportunity, have to find the penalty kill. The core goes to the corner. It's even still, eyes there, can't find the goal, and it finally goes through. What an attempt at a hold from Natty, but it ends up not being enough, and still, they come through with it.
You can only hold off the Firewall Sentry Asher combo for so long. I mean, Natty did God's work there holding for that long, so kudos to him, as we said. But sadly, it's literally impossible to do that about 3 more times, so getting one barrier on the second point here is 3Z, who is trying to battle back while super, super low. Puts Dropletto to stagger as well. And now Cardbox looking for that double banish, but the core is cleared away from Dropletto just in time. So manages to get saved for now. But Bozo Bunch still need to be careful. They're still on the back foot here. But as I say that, they find the first barrier here, and they're starting to find some pressure. They might find a KO. They might find the second barrier, but no. Calamities managed to hold for now as Cardbox looks for the play on top, but 3Z is going to have the credit. Actually, no, it is Cardbox going to be strike warring his own teammate in 3Z Breezy to get the goal on the top side. That's my goal, young man. Takes it here, gets that level 8 as well. I mean, what else do you want? You got everything there.
The other thing you got as well was 2 getting trapped in the ensnare drums from Natty, sniped across the pitch to keep them in the corner and allow the goal gates to open up in the first place.
It's a good call out.
So well done once more by Cosmic Calamities goalie. Cardbox, Shadow Swap, tries to keep the pressure forward, but this point feels a little bit slower, even though 3Z isn't feeling it. Continues to get pressured by I and Obscure Breads. Will steal away their own goal orb and now get sent flying away. Firewall Sentry is used by I. Here's the Cyber Swipe. Gets sent away once. Natty will hold at least one barrier for now. Up to 3Z on the north side of the map. Big Finish will come through. Cardbox doesn't win the Strike War. There's the Ensnare Drums coming out. Triple banish from Cardbox, but even still, the save came through for a second. It's not enough. Energy Burst doesn't find a KO. 3Z's incredibly low. Can't find anyone right now as all of the members of Bozo Bunch stay alive. It doesn't matter because it creates enough chaos in the goal box for Cardbox to put the core away.
I mean, the pressure, pretty much all point there from 3Z. Just hitting 2 to 3 of them the entire time and surviving. Getting some pretty good movement to dodge many crucial abilities from the Bozo Bunch there. So well done to 3Z to buy a lot of time for Cardbox to put it in. But it's not over yet. 1-1 in sets, 2-1 in points, or 1-2 rather, in points here. Cardbox looking for the second barrier, not quite able to find it. Breads is holding for now. Dropletto, I mean, had a really good first set, but Dropletto has kind of been invisible for the most part in a lot of these points so far, and needs to find a way to apply himself, and that's a good way to do it with the pass player, blocking Natty off from the save, has the flip, looks for the goal here, maybe. Gonna play it patient, finds the flip, getting it through the pillar, but not gonna be getting really amount to watch. As 3Z looking incredibly low here, needs to be careful.
What a clear again from Natty around the opposite side of Dropletto. I feel like most goalies would be scared to take that, but trusting that the corner shot will get it around. Energy Burst comes through. Strike War denied and sent away. I now forward. Double Banish comes through. Energy Burst, but the anomaly's right there, and it's going to push the core in regardless. It's set point for both teams to go ahead heading into set 4.
I feel like my third eye of destruction opened there. Like, I just foresaw just what exactly was about to happen. I was literally thinking, Cardbox, please don't put a pillar there. It happens, unfortunate pillar placement on the rune. But it's 2-2, not gonna matter. Still has the flip. Breezy Breezy now in trouble, a little bit low, but has enough energy to keep alive for now. Breads, who has that flip, needs to be careful. Has to burn it, actually, to not die from this X in his face. Dropletto dropping back, trying to actually peel for the goalie. Breads surviving for now. 3Z as well, but Dropletto finally gets the KO. Banish going to be stopping the offensive from the Amy, and now it's going to be a 2-on-3 with Bozo Bunch having a power play. Wow.
Bat Splitter out. There's the goal barrier down. Dropletto still has the energy burst, tries to get in there. Stuns a couple, but still can't get the core through. Cyber Swipe comes through, and I will take care of it with their own energy burst. It's the Bozo Bunch that'll go ahead as we enter set 4. I MVP here. Will we see some kind of damage? We do not. We also don't see a spark online in this draft either.
No spark, but there definitely is no shortage of weak X trainings here. So I believe an Awakening will be going X no matter what. The only thing he doesn't really want here is that Monumentalist. So definitely got to be happy if you're 3Z going into this draft. Dropletto, what do you want to deny here? Which size? It will be the Demolitionist. I believe that is the better choice on this night market map. Big Fish, definitely going to be a welcome sight for 3Z as you get a little bit of that stagger, you get a little bit of that size. Going to be feeling good. The Explosive Interest as well on Natty, going to help out the X with the extra speed on those secondary speed buffs. So as we get into the game here, I think really Bozo Bunch might have had a little bit of a weaker draft. The 1-2 punch onto I is the only caveat where I think that might make a big difference. But other than that, I mean, it's looking like a pretty good draft for Cosmic Calamities, but the draft isn't going to matter if you lose both your barriers right away with the cost of your brawler.
Well, the other thing I was going to say was Demolitionist doesn't sound bad for Dropletto.
It's not bad,
right?
No,
sure, you had to deny it, but even still, it's going to be helpful anytime you can get your hands on a Size Awakening as a brawler. Although Dropletto taken down here, power play opportunity, one barrier is going to fall. Cardbox looking to send this one forward to 3Z. Double Banish comes through. Energy Burst is there, but 3Z gets sent away, and it's a power play suddenly for the Bozo Bunch. Good anomaly here, prevents things for a second, but the Path Splitter will be in the way from Dropletto, and the Bozo Bunch are going ahead, looking to try to send us to game 3.
Yeah, the Big Fish stagger, not quite enough to keep 3Z alive, but one thing I actually didn't even touch on, I'm realizing now, is Breads with that peak performance pickup, that 350 extra stagger is huge, right? It keeps Breads alive. 3Z is not quite able to sit on him as much as he was early on, so the focus and getting that Finny off the pitch is basically not even an option anymore. So Cosmic Calamities need to find a new strategy, and they need to find it quick.
Vanish comes through. Here's the anomaly. It's a tricky situation, but I's got the energy burst to send it away and pick up the goal barrier in the process. For that matter, why don't you? In this direction, comes up just a little bit shy. 3Z forced to dodge away, and now finds the goal barrier on the other side of the pitch. Open goal gates both sides. 3Z tries to put it away with the X Maximus, but is denied. Cardbox once more tries to send it up, but Dropleto's in the way. There's the Firewall Sentry already out, burned on a midfield presence. Not as much of the offensive presence as you might have wanted. So now we send this one down back to I. The Ensnare Drums don't connect with anything. 3Z low on stagger even still, but tries to get in there. Greds looks for the corner clear, but Cardbox is there with the anomaly just to keep a little bit of possession. And what a wicked angle. Gets it right over to the 3Z, who punches it through.
Well done to Cardbox and Natty to just keep that core getting forward over and over again. 3Z managing to survive just long enough to use that X Maximus to punch it through the Finny at the last second. So Cosmic Calamities finding a little bit of their ball movement here, finding some core control in their arsenal. As Cardbox, taken super low, no energy as well. Dropleto, no flip now, getting everyone down to low. 3Z Breezy going down, Cardbox low as well here. Gonna have to do a little bit of a miracle finding the first barrier. The second barrier going down to the Natty with the missile prop, and now it's even with the double banish. 3Z is gonna come back up on time. It's even, K-Bot.
It's even. Here comes the glitch pop, though. Have to be careful of the offensive presence. There's the Firewall Sentry already taken out. 3Z taken down here as well. Cardbox tries to pull some magic, but no. Denied this time. Doesn't have the anomalies to boot as the core gets back around behind him. Glitch Pop comes up just shy as I and Dropleto find themselves on the same side of the pitch, and now power play opportunity. Beautiful shadow swap up from Cardbox to put that one away. And just as quick as it might have been Bozo Bunch trying to send us to a game 3, it might be here Cosmic Calamities looking to send us to a set 5 and close it out in 2 games.
Cardbox is playing so well right now, even with all the pressure coming his way, making so many of these just 1v2 solo plays in order to save Cosmic Calamities from going down in this game 2, keeping them alive, allowing 3Z Breezy now to get the first barrier, almost gets the second, but going to be denied for now. But man, this rune needs to be studied as it's just tearing up the Bozo Bunch, making it so difficult for them to really find the killing blow onto Cosmic Calamities here so far.
Breezy low once again, but even still, everything is there in front of the net for the Cosmic Calamities. They're sending us to a set 5, and there's going to be sparks in this draft. I don't think 3Z's first on the table, but by my count, there should be 2 sparks, so they could both get denied. It'd be tough, though, because you're giving up a lot.
Yeah, honestly, I think maybe just deny the Spark of Resilience if there's one. Yeah. That one's definitely the best one for me. You're not going to be able to kill 3Z as much if he gets that off the table. Are they going to deny both? They actually denied both here.
Both. All right.
Interesting. So getting the single Spark is going to be lessening their power, but 3Z, still gets double size. That's definitely not a bad thing. As long as 3Z can find a way to survive a little bit longer with Dropleto getting that prize fighter as well, I think they will have this one in the bag. One thing that might help them is the extra special cast the last rune banishes here coming in now for Cardbox, who has kind of been the star of this game so far. And then Natty as well with that Unstoppable going to be helping a little bit longer to hold, but not that as both barriers go down and Dropleto in the perfect place at the perfect time helps put it in with the help of I on that bottom side. I don't know. I think that one was a little bit of just an oopsie on the positioning of all the members of Cosmic Calamities rather than Natty.
There were also all of the ultimates slammed at the core at the same time that just ended up being right in front of the goal line. So, but I finds the cyber swipe, takes the KO, power play opportunity. Vanish, though, comes through. Even still, finds the goal barrier. Opportunity, no. Dropleto takes it himself. Suddenly, it's Bozo Bunch's map point once more.
Yeah, I guess they thought they were strong enough already to just deny both the Sparks. They don't need them. As, wow, 3Z Breezy going down this early. If this keeps happening, I believe this game will be over already as we are in a game point here. But a great evade there from the banish. Breezy able to survive for now, but is looking really low. Gets an orb to stall for now. Hardbox and Natty trying to hold as Dropletto pops the flip eye with the Firewall Sentry. Going to be stopped by basically everything, but at the cost of his life. Hardbox going down. Threezy Breezy super low as well. Might go down to Dropletto. That might be the game here as Natty can't hold 1v3. Can he do it? Dropletto finds the flip onto Natty here.
What?
Natty stalling actually for Cardbox to come back. But it's looking pretty low. The banish going down. The evade coming through. Dropletto manages to find the 1v1 onto Natty. Almost a insane hold 1v3, but not quite enough. As Bozo Bunch take game 2 here, Cable.
Tell you what, against a lot of other teams, things like those holds work. For Natty, he had 2 of them that were incredibly impressive, but came up just a little bit too short. Hats off to everyone in how they're playing. We're going to another game 3 today, folks. I hope you're excited about that.
Honestly, I'm down.
I'm down. For this series,
I'm down.
I am so down.
I think if last series went to a game 3, I wouldn't be down, but it didn't. Demon's Rock kept it quick for us, and they allowed the real exciting series here of Calm versus Bozo Bunch to shine through. I mean, that was such a close game.
You laugh, but these are the 2 teams at the top.
No, I'm laughing because it was just of what I'm saying. I agree. I mean, both these teams, they deserve to be at the top right now. I think
they do.
Like, just they've been playing so well, so consistent, especially Cosmic Calamities. They're just sudden rise through the ranks here, just taking down basically almost every impressive game you'd think of so far. A lot of hard matches early on in the season as well. So, Battle of the Titans here. Bozo Bunch versus Calm going to a game 3, and I believe it will be Atlas Lab, which is probably going to be the most exciting game 3 map for this to be.
Yeah, you know, I think the point of the overall leaderboards right now feels like it's a matter of which teams have everyone that is most hungry to win in NASL. It's one thing to grind ranked. It's one thing to have some of your players go off and play some games right here or there, or play in houses, or play other pickup scrims or whatever. But it feels like these are 2 of the teams that are grinding the game the most together, figuring out what they want to do most together. I think obviously it's something where maybe some of the experienced rosters and experienced teams know they can't do it all season. So they're waiting to turn on the Jets, even though they're running out of time starting about now, given by the fact that we're halfway through. These are the teams, though, that are hungriest. These are the teams that are performing right now, and they've got the results to back it up in the league tables so far. So we'll see who ends up taking this one as we go on to Atlas's lab. It could be Cosmic Calamities trying to divide themselves a little more from the rest of the field, or it's Bozo Bunch keeping things incredibly tight towards the top of the table and really all the way down as a result.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, just how close everything is right now with the records of all these teams, if Bozo Bunch lose this, they're suddenly from top 2, like pretty comfortable 3-1 to, oh shoot, now we need to pick up some wins. Like, they need to secure themselves in these playoffs. 3 wins is not enough to be really comfortable at this point, in my opinion. So Bozo Bunch fighting for a lot here. I think Cosmic, you can definitely take a loss here. You don't want to take a loss for sure. They definitely are not looking for that whatsoever. But I wouldn't be too stressed if I were them, as 4-1 looking a little bit more comfortable. But if they do win this, I believe they are guaranteed playoffs, or at least a tiebreaker for playoffs. So definitely looking for that here. And it will be a pretty fun start here, K-Bot. It will be the Atlas Lab, as we were saying earlier, with 1-2 punch start and the rapid fire. I'm smelling a Luna pick on the side of Cosmic Calamities here. I mean, the 1-2 punch Luna, notorious on Threezy Breezy or Cardbox, really, for that matter.
There's a lot of things this could go. You could talk Luna. The rune can come out again with a rapid fire, right?
Oh, there's the
okay. No, well, it can't come out again anymore.
Oh, Juno ban. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Bozo picking up the Amy first pick. Well, for them last time, you have the damage here to back it up as well. So definitely a strong character to lock in with the 1-2. I think rapid fire might be a little bit better because Amy usually just kind of hits you with one really strong move. I mean, you do still have the kill combo with the dash and the cyber swipe into glitch pop and all that, whatever you want to call it.
There it is, Borg.
Cool thing here, there it is, the Luna.
You're right.
Saw it coming. I mean, when there's ever Atlas Lab and Luna's not banned and 3Z Breezy's on the team, it's going to be picked. It might not even go to 3Z because I think they are flexing it as the forward duo here. Just kind of keeping their options open. A lot of brawlers are open here as well. There's no point in picking one up quite yet. So they're flexing that here, I believe. The Finny as well coming in for Natty with the rapid fire going to be incredibly strong. Lots of damage coming through on outside. This is going to be a really explosive game. It's actually going to be Amy goalie here for Bozo Bunch, and it will be that now, most likely in the midfield, as I is incredibly strong on it, trying to slow it down with the heals, but I don't know if it's going to be enough with how explosive this map and this Awakening start is. We'll have to see what the last pick here is for Cosmic Calamities. I mean, maybe a Zentaro, maybe another midfielder here. Luna is forward. I'm not really sure where they're going to go with this. It's going to be Estelle, actually, and Luna forward.
Okay. Estelle comes through. Estelle, what? Damage was... I mean, Estelle damage is not terrible, right?
No,
certainly.
It's good. Good chip damage, and you have rapid fire, which is really, really strong on the character as well. So definitely not a bad thing here.
Yeah. So this should be interesting. The one thing, obviously, is they're going to be leaning heavily into damage because you don't get a lot of opportunities at having much core control or core influence. You're mostly trying to use your abilities, trying to look for some of those KOs. Obviously, there's going to be some of that on the side of Bozo Bunch, but especially with the Now in and a Rasmussen as well, they'll be looking to play the core control composition here. So we'll see where this one goes as we load into Striker Select for Game 3. Again,
it's now goalie.
Oh, it is now goalie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking if it might be now goalie. Yeah, that's true. I wasn't quite sure, as I is good at that now midfield as well, but I actually do think this is a better choice. You just had I with a really, really good performance on the AME midfield, so might as well keep, the momentum rolling here on the same characters here. 3Z Breezy, always a treat to watch the Pummelers Luna with the 1-2 punch go into play here. And another thing to note as well is the Estelle, I think, is actually really strong when you have a lot of pressure otherwise, right? You have the damage pressure from the Finny, from the Luna, so that really unlocks the Estelle to abuse this ranged goalie in now, right? So we'll have to see if it works out for them. One barrier apiece for now as we get started into this first game, or rather first point of Game 3.
Worth noting, of course, everyone picks up 1-2 punch. Or sorry,
rapid fire.
Only 3Z picks up 1-2 punch. Everyone else is on rapid fire. Little interesting, I think, if you're Reds, obviously, like Natty. I am so used to seeing Reds play the Finny, including the last one, that I'm confusing myself. You would think that maybe you're the team looking to do more damage, so you'd think about the 1-2 punch a little bit more, but looking obviously for more coverage with the misdirection. Not enough to do it there, though. The first goal is going to go over to Bozo.
Yeah, getting another cyber swipe KO here. Finding so many last game as well. The pressure from this Amy looking incredibly strong here. 3Z unable to return the favor there on the other side. Both looking quite low. That top air going down. Carbach's going to have to take control of this core a little bit more. Allow 3Z that space to cook as you get the flip, but not much going to be coming from it. Middle respawning here. The black hole getting in the way of Natty, but not going to matter too much as Cardbox actually goes down. 3Z Breezy tries to get the barrier, but unable to find it for now. Dropletto going to bring the core forward, gets that first barrier. Natty going to need to use the flip for the second, finds the clear and the timing, but it's not going to matter as Cardbox respawns, but both their barriers are gone.
Both barriers down, and an opportunity to put in some work on the front lines. 3Z dives in, looks for the orb. Dropletto almost comes up with the death touch to pull 3Z back into the gravity well, but doesn't come up with that play, and 3Z is right back up to full. Drone comes out here of Obscure Bread, sends it up to the corner. We're in overtime now, and Bread's taken out rather low. There is the Crystal Thorns to send him away, and it's a power play opportunity with the goalie offline. Goal barriers now open up. 3Z pops the energy burst, and will be able to use that to score.
And there's the pressure you'd expect from this team comp in Cosmic Calamities, right? You have the Luna putting in constant damage, the Natty, rather, on the Finny, also with the strike shot extra range on the primaries, finding these primaries, keeping the secondaries up, all this pressure, allowing Cardbox to find that actual KO finish onto Breads. The healing can only take you so far when the pressure is consistent. But that requires you to keep core control the entire time, which is definitely no small feat as they get another KO here. The Luna starting to come online, it seems, as Cardbox gets that second barrier, and now they're looking for the goal here as they pop middle orb, trying to bring the core forward. It's going to be double goalie for now, and they're holding until Dropletto can come back online, and they actually managed to hold for now, but not until Cardbox finds the snipe off of the clear from Breads. Well done from the Estelle there.
Beautifully done, and we'll see where the rest of this one goes, right? Because we're getting close to our first Awakenings draft. Can mean a lot of things, but we keep talking about the potential for the damage that can come out right now with the Cosmic Calamities composition. If you're the side of Bozo Bunch, I think the path forward is a little less clear, right? Obviously, you want maybe, more healing for your now. But other than that board, what else do you think they're looking for as this game advances?
I mean, Stagger obviously is one that you're talking about here, healing Stagger. I think, honestly, damage, denying damage from the enemy team, allowing your Amy to also get something like a Deadeye, get something like an explosive entrance, maybe Dropletto getting, Spark of Strength or anything like that, maybe a build different, just not letting the enemy team stack damage and just allowing yourself to keep the pressure on. But that's hard to do when your goalie is gone and your healing is dead. Breezy Breezy now going to be running forward. Spending the flip, not quite able to find it. Cardbox expending his as well, but still able to find that second barrier. A good power play, I'd say. Success overall, as Dropletto is looking incredibly low here. But Natty actually losing the last barrier as well. As Dropletto goes down, it's another power play with an open goal on both sides here, K-Bot.
Power play opportunity for this side. Cardbox snipes it away, sends it to the corner. Threesy's got possession. Cratermaker comes out, and now we'll find the boost to send the core through. Cosmic Calamities with control of the game thus far.
After that first top clear from Breads, it seemed like only a matter of time there, just trying to stall as long as possible for Dropletto to come back online. But the Estelle Luna is just so explosive, so much that you have to watch out for. It's really hard to actually find good clears in this game here. Hotshot going to make that even harder now with that core speed and cooldown coming in for Cardbox. The rapid fire going to be feeling incredibly strong. Knife's Edge going to be giving Threezy Breezy a little bit more of that punch on those rocket boost combos. Size going over to Rasmus as well, going to be nice and sparking it up for Natty. A little bit of insurance here as it's actually going to be I and Natty getting sparks. So a little bit of a spark war here going on. I think I definitely got the better spark of the two with that spark resilience, keeping him alive just hopefully for a little bit longer for Bozo Bunch, as there's a lot of damage now in this composition.
Other thing, though, of course, Natty doesn't mind taking the extra speed, right? If you're the fitting goalie, you don't have a lot of tools all the time to save the core away. But you might not need them all the time when the core keeps accelerating so fast that it just ends up on the other side of the pitch anyway. So that one will come through. Threezy credited with the goal as it comes off the corner. And Cosmic Calamities here still in very good position in this game overall. Bozo Bunch has to try to find an answer here soon.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much you have to watch out for, right? It's easy to just be like, oh, don't get KO'd and don't get hit with an ability. It's easy to say that, but it's not easy to do. As we see a rocket coming here, I mean, Breads is doing a good job at keeping people topped off as much as possible, but on Atlas Lab, there's just so much that can happen that is really hard to account for, as Dropletto almost gets taken off the pitch there from Threezy right off the bat here. I definitely not taking a lot of pressure so far, as the Spark of Stagger has kind of been dissuading Cosmic Calamities to put some pressure into him, as Natty using abilities to save the core a little bit. Threezy now going a little bit low, might be gone here, but no, the boost into flip actually going to be taking out Dropletto, and I needs to do everything himself, but the flip is not going to be enough to bring it. Breads now might be forced to use flip here on the top side, but no, actually saves it just with straw, or rather raw strikes, and they're going to hold for now.
Hold for now. Of course, the Firewall Sentry was burned there. Gravity Well taken off the pitch here as well, and seen slightly less offensive pressure for the Bozo Bunch in comparison to the last game. Of course, in the last game with the Asher for Dropletto, it was a little easier, had more tools to shove the core forward, in addition to being paired with the Firewall Sentry in the two halves of the map that the Night Market creates. A little easier there to get the job done, but still would like to see more of it where possible. Instead, they've just been getting bullied around by the Cosmic Calamities, knocking him around with all sorts of damage up to this point, and now 3Z with the whammy, it looked like, was able to send that one away, and even still, only one goal so far in this game to the Bozo Bunch's name.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think I like this Rasmus Amy composition. I think a Juliet or an Asher would be a bit better here, as, you know, it's a lot more simple. It's a lot easier to actually find a lot of these plays with the Firewall Sentry at the same time here. The thing with Rasmus is, you know, you have a lot more options, but the options, I mean, it doesn't matter how many options you have if all of them are going to get stopped away just with pure pressure from the side of Cosmic Calamities, who now have both barriers unlocked. But find the KO here. Dropletto managed to get something here, gets an option, finds a flip as well to open up the goal barrier, and now they have something to work with here.
3Z comes in on the boost, doesn't find Dropletto, and it stops in the big finish for a second so that the pendulum swing can hit the core in. Dropletto snaps the drought for the Bozo Bunch, but still an uphill battle here in set 2.
Yeah, uphill battle for sure. Not too much to talk about with that one. Really good KO here for Dropletto, and manages to put it away as well. So definitely watch out for Dropletto. Working a little bit better with I think, in order to find some of these goal barriers, because that's really the way that they have to approach this game. They need to work together with their abilities. They can't be trying to make solo plays because Natty is just stopping all of them.
Now, you would think that a duo that has had as much time playing together as Dropletto and I, they hopefully have developed that kind of connection and synergy, though perhaps not necessarily on these precise strikers. Everything forward here right now for the Bozo Bunch. Here's that offensive pressure we were talking about a little bit. Core's going to get out away from them, and Breezy's going to come in to punish on the boost. Still in a power play opportunity here, though, is the Bozo Bunch. Death Touch comes up just a little bit too shy.
Oh, nice.
Dropletto looks for the goal barrier, but nice clear comes through from Natty. Overtime now. Here's the Firewall Sentry to get the core back up. Dropletto incredibly low. Has to be careful. Crater going to send away. 3Z walks into the gravity well, attempting to KO Dropletto, but it's not successful in doing so. There's the drone. Gets the core sent away, and Dropletto's just about healed up at this point. No energy burst, really, for anybody here except Bread, so expect this one to go on for quite some time. Death Touch, pull back. Beautiful placement for Dropletto to find that goal barrier off the side wall, but now KO comes through. Reds has got the energy burst. Beautifully done there with a drone interrupting the passing play. Just able to direct it around card box. Here's the energy burst. Everything coming out. Challenges 3Z again. And buys enough time for I to come back in. Back up to the top side. Here's the Death Touch. Gets just out of the Firewall Sentry in time. Card box's turn with the energy burst now. Pendulum Swing comes through. There's the Gravity Well. Sends card box away once more. 3Z comes in. Not able to find it. Here's Dropletto. Core gets out away from him, but there's the energy burst with card box dropping back. Now actually up to Dropletto, but Dropletto barely redirects it into that top corner. Bozo Bunch now. Potential to equalize this game.
Yeah, all that damage pressure finally paid off into Cardbox, who had to go get that orb, but left a big hole open in the defense for Cosmic Calamities, allowing I to find Dropletto with a great pass on that top side. 3Z Breezy trying to find a quick KO there on a Dropletto, but not quite able to get enough knockback in order to get it. Cardbox looking low again, but getting an orb to save themselves for now. Breezy needs to be careful here. Needs to find a way to get himself back into this game. Had a good KO last round, but wasn't able to really capitalize on it afterwards, as the Bozo Bunch are finally starting to find their form here a little bit. Flip coming in from I. Gonna be saving him for now. Not quite able to get too much. Yeah, it was defensive. Yeah, trying to save himself, actually, rather than create an offensive play there. As pretty even, honestly, getting it sent back to midfield here. Both teams feel like they're almost at a stalemate here, K-Mod.
They do, but now the core finds the energy barrier. Open goal gates on one side of the pitch. I comes forward, trying to find the goal barrier on the other side, but can't find the connection up to Dropletto. Gravity Well comes through. We're in overtime now. Dropletto, good pullback with the Death Touch, finds the goal barrier. Core doesn't get out in front of him, though. 3Z almost stuns Breads, but Breads is able to find the clear on away. Now again, who's going to maintain possession in order to send the core through? Looks for now like it could be Bozo Bunch. course, going to go back their way, but it just is a little bit too fast for Dropletto to do much of anything to work with. Now, Bread's in the lifeline, back in the nick of time. Has to be incredibly careful here. Glitch Pop comes through. Everyone is in position for the Bozo Bunch. They're going to be able to defend it for the time being. Firewall Sentry comes out there as well, but Cardbox forward on the Rose Warp. Breads interrupts with a strike shot. Doesn't find it up to 3Z. Cardbox sent away an awful lot in that last exchange. I now does have a couple strikes. There's the piercing shot. Rebounded off the corner. Well done here. Both teams interrupting the plays of their opponents, but Dropletto finds the strike up to the top side after a stun in the pendulum swing to get the goal done. That felt a little anticlimactic. I don't know if I just wasn't expecting that or if that was just like, oh, okay, well, sure, I'll take the shot.
I feel like that was just one of those, it was a matter of time goals. It was pretty back and forth for a very long time here. And Bozo Bunch manages to pull through and gets rewarded, actually, I think, with some awakenings here. Stagger Swagger going over to Dropletto, going to help him live a lot longer. Obscure Bread's not quite sure what to pick here as team player goes over to the Natty. Twin Drive going to be denied from the Luna, but he does still get his hands on the Egoist. But a big thing here, as well as the Stagger Swagger, is that Deadeye, like I was talking about before, from Deadeye and Twin Drive going to be denied from 3Z Breezy, and a lot more damage is going to be on the side of the Bozo Bunch here, but it doesn't matter when the core goes behind your barriers and you lose both of them off rip.
Not the ideal position here for Bozo Bunch. You might just chalk this one and go to the next. Of course, they're going to keep trying as the core almost finds at least one barrier. Dropletto, a little bit of extra speed here on the Whiplash. Not able to send it through. Also picked up that Stagger Swagger, as mentioned, so running a little faster here, but not fast enough to evade. 3Z comes in on the 4 KO streak with the boost. Power play opportunity here, closing in. Crater for spacing, looking for the whammy as well, but Gretz is going to have the drone just out there in front of the piercing shot of the Cardbox. Well done, and now Dropletto finds the KO against 3Z. It's a power play back the other way. Or it's going to go out away. Opposite goal barrier taken now once. Try to keep the pressure up. Not able to do so. 3Z's back online. Flies through with that boost. Pendulum swing out. There's down goes Cardbox. And it's open goal gates on the other side. If nothing else, this Bozo Bunch team is persistent at the moment, and they will be rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, they're avoiding getting KO'd by this Luna, and they're not really getting too badly damaged as well, as Breads is just doing his best to heal them up now with the Twin Drive, being really, really helpful with these mines, keeping things stabilized for the Bozo Bunch, making it a little bit sweaty here for Cosmic Calamities here, as yet again another evade onto 3Z Breezy, who's just been unable to really put himself in the driver's seat his last really two sets, or last set rather, and this one so far. And now he goes down, and now Natty and Cardbox left to it again. Natty has to flip at least this time. Will he be able to save it? Manages to clear the first time, but it's coming back again. Dropletto now on the bottom side with the glitch pop with but not quite able to do it. Cardbox basically doing it almost on his own there. Great hold there for Cosmic Calamities, and now can they do something with
it? We shall see. Of course, it feels like the longer this goes on, the more it's been favoring Bozo Bunch, as they've had so many opportunities to put the core away, and now looking like they might do it here, thanks to the KO that they find against 3Z. Oh my goodness, that was incredibly close. The Crystallized Thorns comes up just shy, and Dropletto's able to punish back on the other side of the pitch with a shot towards the top corner. 2-0 in set 3. The Bozo Bunch with an opportunity to pull ahead here in our deciding game.
Yeah, I feel like 3Z has just lost his mojo a bit, honestly, on this Luna. Looked great in the first set, but just unable to really find too much so far in this third set. Getting a first barrier, though, is definitely a good start. Finding a second one with a Strike War as well is how you want to do it. And now Cosmic Calamities are looking to pull this one back. Cardbox now uses the flip, not going to find much for it. Going to be looking stuck in a corner here almost. I mean, this is really what just Amy does to you, right? Keeps you stuck in the corner with that Firewall Sentry and with these ongoing strikes, and then now behind with these twin drive mines. I mean, it's so hard to get it through, and when you do get it through, you're gonna have to find a good angle, just like that, through the black hole. The curveball there from Cardbox manages to find Obscure Breads out of position.
You know, that's the other thing that we haven't seen quite as much, I feel like, is in the first set, a lot of what the presence was both up. Both Freezy and Cardbox forward in the blue side of the pitch, creating chaos is exactly what they want to do, making Bread squirm and move. Haven't seen a lot of that, especially out of Cardbox, who's been trying to play more defensively to respond to what Dropletto and I is doing. At the end of the day, it's not creating any opportunities on the other side of the pitch for this team. The other thing that doesn't help is these KOs, which seemingly keep falling for the Bozo Bunch. 3Z taken out yet again. Goal barrier falls here once more. Drones won't connect the core. Now it gets out behind Obscure Breads. Here comes the Craters. 3Z is back online. Gravity Well is up. There's the Whiplash from Dropletto to put it away.
Great call out there from Dropletto, and the hope of Cosmic Calamities here in this set. Get yourself another win. Get yourself another good draft here. They're setting themselves up for success, as there's another Spark on the list as well. And look who's ahead in the draft here. The Amy is ahead of the Finny here, has a chance to get the double Spark, but there's a lot of other stronger awakenings here for him, I believe. Primetime Twin Drive and Hot Shot going over to Cardbox, making his job pretty good, I'd say. A lot easier. Double Spark going over to Finny, the perfect form. So strong going over to the Amy prize fighter now, which honestly I think is a good idea for Dropletto, allowing, you know, scale a little bit with these KOs you're getting on to 3Z Breezy. And the extra special as well, just from on Obscure Breads, making it even harder now to kill this Bozo Bunch team. They have the Awakenings, they have the Mojo K-Bot. Can they finish it? They're looking good to do it.
It looks like it. I mean, here's the other thing, too. We mentioned that the kind of balance of KOs have now shifted towards the side of the Bozo Bunch within the last set. There was nothing survivability-wise that helps there for the side of Cosmic Calamities. The only thing that was really picked up was that Spark, which provides the earlier Spark of Agility with a second to resonate with for Natty. So you get a little bit of extra speed that'll maybe help you dodge more, but realistically, that's it. It feels like Bozo Bunch, if they continue finding some of these KOs, Dropletto scales up on the prize fighter, this set can very quickly snowball out of control. Of course, one Spark still remains, so potential opportunity there, but there it is again. Breezy taken off of the pitch, and the Bozo Bunch are looking poised to take this game and take the match.
Yeah, looking poised for sure, as Cardbox now looking incredibly low, but manages to actually find the barrier in all that chaos and survive at the same time. So well done there from the Estelle. Flip from Natty, gonna keep things going fast. And then 2 KOs all of a sudden found from Breezy and Cosmic Calamities. They managed to just explosively end that first point there after it looked doomed.
It looked real doomed there for some time, but 2 people come away with impressive KOs. 3Z beautifully done in terms of the amount of pressure you put towards Breads, especially in the critical time after the energy burst comes out, and there's nothing that he can do to try to save himself. Well done. Still knowing his former goalie well. There's I trying to send this one forward through the firewall sentry. Couldn't quite do it there. Dropletto now is the one that is low. Has to be careful not to get KO'd here, especially after picking Prize Fighter up. You don't want to lose the stack that you get for free. And that extra power that comes along with it, especially when you've been finding a lot of these KOs and they've opened up plays for your team. But I doesn't care. They'll find the KOs regardless. And it's a power play opportunity once more for the Bozo Bunch. Cardbox sent low, sent away. No real abilities online right now for anyone, and still steps up to the plate and finds the barrier. There's the KO that finally comes through. 3C tries to respond, but doesn't have the knockback for Dropletto to get sent away. Good strike shot from Fred. Keeps the core alive here. But even still, power play opportunity for the Bozo Bunch. They don't find the... Okay, finally they find the barrier. This one just gets out in front of Natty ever so slightly. Breezy on the boost. Breads now down to I, looking for Dropletto on the top corner. Dropletto to himself denied there. But it's back up to this top corner once more. Cardbox intercepts I. Up to Dropletto, but a little too close to one another. Energy Burst now for Natty. Sends this core away. Just a little bit shy, and now 3Z comes up with yet another KO. Power play opportunity now for the Calamities. As the pass comes forward, and the play is made with the piercing shot.
It just feels like this set, KOs are getting found on both sides, right? But whenever Cosmic Calamities are finding these KOs, finding these power plays, they're converting. Cardbox doing such a great job with this Rapid Fire Primetime Estelle, getting involved, and 3Z finally finding his form yet again. That's, I believe, his third or so KO this set so far. Finds that egoist speed, looking for now a second barrier after that first one goes down. Great Crater forces out some evades, but not too much going to result in it so far. But as I say that, the boost into Flip going to be taking that KO, and they have another power play here. Natty now brings it forward up to 3Z, who has it on his bottom side now. Cardbox and 3Z, all of Cosmic Calamities, are looking for this goal. They want to get it before the respawn comes through, but they're not quite able to. His eye comes back in, and Bozo Bunch can breathe a sigh of relief for now, as Breads, though, has to flip, as the core just gets sent so incredibly fast by almost everybody on Cosmic Calamities.
It's hard to breathe a sigh of relief when that is the case, Borg, and you have an open goal net to worry about. Now, Drone actually going to save it, gets it away from 3Z, but there's so much happening in front of the net that it still finds a way through. We're on to a set 5 in the decider that could really structure the back half of this season.
And then look at this, K-Bot. Look, Spark of Focus now. Triple Spark on Natty could happen here. Adrenaline Rush is also on the table. Lots of incredibly strong Awakening is going to be Triple Spark on the goalie, and that's power and cooldown Spark for Affinity as well. Going to be incredibly good here with the speed as well to help save. Natty's going to be looking very, very good going into this last set here, rather. Pause and peak performance going over to Cardbox, going to help him keep those stacks on stacks up a little bit longer. And then the biggest one of all is that Adrenaline Rush on 3Z Breezy. If 3Z can find a kill, he can find some momentum, these points should be over, and they will be over quick. But one thing that'll stop that is that Unstoppable and the Catalyst going over on the side of Bozo Bunch, who are trying to just go for stability. They're trying to go for things that give them maximum value, but it's hard to find value if you get knocked off the pitch here. But as I say that, 3Z's the one who needs to be careful, getting put down really low early on, but not sure how much it's going to amount to here, K-Bot.
Very close. Even still, 3Z's going to find the boost towards the goal barrier. Dropletto tries to send this one away, but it's a strike war won by 3Z in front of the goal line. And that's 2 goals away now for Cosmic Calamities to maintain their undefeated record this season.
Yeah, looking incredibly strong here. Cosmic Calamities have everything in their favor, but Bozo Bunch were never weak to begin with. They have the chance here. They have the Firewall Sentry with the combinations here. They have really strong comp. They just need to put it to use, as Obscure Bread's getting put incredibly low, but 3Z flies in and gets KO'd. A great cyber swipe from I, manages to actually find the KO on the way, and now Natty is going to be looking to hold an impossible barrier, which he cannot do in this 2v3 power play. Dropletto trying to bring it in here. Flip to use from Natty to keep it forward, and now they manage to stabilize for now, but they need to be careful as Dropletto has that flip in front of their net, and Cardbox is looking incredibly low here, K-Bot.
Dropletto used the energy burst just to try to survive and get away, but had he waited like a second longer, he could have had a shot towards the net. Again with a punish, this time against Cardbox. Goal line save, pulled away by Natty. It's another energy burst online here for I, just waiting for the opportunity to cyber swipe in, and finds yet a third against 3Z. Overtime now. Power play continues for the side of the Bozo Bunch. And Breads does have his own energy burst. The power play continues more as another KO falls. But even still, the goal will not. And now we see the goal barrier gets taken away on the other side of the pitch. Dropletto, here's the pendulum swing, but it's the drone from Breads that'll finally be the thing to put the core in.
That was an absolute defensive masterclass. The only bad thing that happened for Calm is 3Z and Cardbox both struck at the same time, at the same core, so when it came back, none of them had the cooldown for it. Great attempt there, but Bozo Bunch, unrelenting pressure, managed to keep it going, and they managed to keep a KO in this next point as well, and they almost have 3 flips. They're going to look for both barriers here. They get the first one on the bottom side. Dropletto now looking for it on the top side, but no, I going to be wasting that energy burst, actually not finding much everyone on Cosmic Calamities rather going to be up and available. Not too healthy as Cardbox, but getting an orb going to help for now. As 3Z Breezy posturing, trying to find something here. So's Cardbox, gets a flip, gets a pass to 3Z, who gets knocked out of the way from Breads. Strike shot now bringing it forward. 3Z now looking incredibly low here. I mean, this is such an explosive game. It's going incredibly hard as 3Z finds a boost in and manages to get the goal. Cardbox brings it forward, and they put you on series point.
Match point for the Calamities. They can walk away and maintain a 5-0 record as they cross the halfway point in the season. Bozo Bunch really would love to take this one because they'd be eyeing the top of the table if they were able to. All a matter of what happens next in the next few points. Drop Leto, Energy Burst, point blank, finds the barrier. 3Z still low, by the way. I don't think I've seen this Luna high at all. Goal gates open up on the other side of the pitch, though. It's an open shot for whoever can come up and take it, and right now Cardbox is looking to, but it gets out away. Obscure Breads, there's the Energy Burst already burned. Drop Leto, pulls it back with the Death Touch, back to the opposite corner. No, denied. This one behind Cardbox. Crater comes down, sends the core away. Everyone's flying towards the blue side of the pitch as 3Z starts closing in. Strike War not going to be there in time for Cardbox, but Drop Leto comes through and brings the pendulum down. It's a 10 KO streak for the Rasmus of all strikers in this lobby. And we're in overtime once more. 3Z with a shot towards the net. Doesn't come up with it there. Looking for Drop Leto, can't find it. There's the Crystallized Thorns. Cardbox almost to themselves, can't find it there at all. Drop Leto again in the Whiplash, looking for it. Natty able to find the clear. With the Energy Burst, but no! Everything comes up just a little bit too late, and the Cosmic Calamities will move on to a 5-0 record.
Cosmic Calamities with the most explosive comeback I think I've ever seen on this Atlas Lab. Absolute cinema. I think we have a series of the season match in the running there. I'm going to vote for that one later on. Look at the stats here. Everyone doing so much work. I actually with the most damage in the game, finding a lot of KOs as well at 7. Drop Leto with 12 KOs. Actually, Bozo Bunch found more KOs. Then
who was the
Cosmic
one playing
Calamities.
the damage comp?
Exactly, that's what you think, right? But the problem was that Cosmic Calamities, with the KOs they found, managed to be a little bit more impactful. And I think MVP, honestly, of this game for me, Cardbox, it's hard to say that because Natty played so well as well, but Cardbox with that insane Estelle build, with the Prime Time, with the Rapid Fire, with the Hot Shot, sending the core Mach 12 basically the entire match, making it so hard for Breads. As we saw in that last goal, right? You can't walk anywhere close to out of your net or the core just flies in from across the map. So, well played. The Cosmic Calamities keeping their perfect record. Who would have thought? 5-0 for the boys. Wow. I mean, I'm speechless as I say a whole essay, but I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's insane.
Somehow, this Cosmic Calamities team has been able to win it in match after match after match. Obviously, they took it pretty convincingly last week versus Bang Bang. But before that, what? Let me try to find it here. Went to game 3, set 5 versus Demons Raw. Won it over Modern Magic in 2 games. And then opening match of the season, back and forth games, ended up taking it versus the Sadbois. Cosmic Calamities have yet to play Showtime, Return to Form, EKC, and Bun Bun Bonanza. So this is a team that's looking like they have, for all intents and purposes, a pretty okay back half of the season. It feels like they're almost a lock for playoffs, and they could very convincingly put themselves up for the winner side of the bracket here too, and not have to worry and have 2 lives entering playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think with that win, actually, I just read here, they actually joined, I'm going to call it the Big 3. I'm not counting Bounty Hunters in this. It's technically the 4th team ever in NASL history to be 5-0. But Bounty Hunters is just demons. Let's be honest here. It's the same thing, and it was a fake league. I'm saying it was a fake league. NASL West is fake. I'm not counting it. Sorry. Shoot me. I don't care. I think joining the Big 3 basically now in boys and demons Raw to go 5-0. in a regular season. So welcome to the big leagues, Cosmic Calamities. Your presence is welcome. Loving to see basically three pretty not untested but unproven players, right? Threezy been around for so long, finally finding his breakout season. I think Cardbox last season, was always a sub, was always kind of lingering in the shadows, but finally gets, a good team here managing to perform so incredibly well. I think MVP of the series for me there as well. And then Natty, who last season had a pretty decent rookie season, but just unable to quite find really good dominant performance. Now managing to be 5-0. So congratulations to all of them. To Bozo Bunch as well, taking the loss there. This opens up into our next game, which we're going to talk about soon. Not us, but the next duo of casters. EKC now, who's 3-1. It opens them up to separate themselves from the pack here, go 4-1, and be a pretty uncontested second place here, K-Bot.
We'll see what ends up happening here. EKC can attempt to rush against their Season 3 rivals, folks. Don't go anywhere. That match is coming up on the other side of the break, and I'll be there too. We'll be right back.